that told them it was dangerous, and they buried it. They buried it in their archives for 20-some years. When he retired, he sent the entire document to the government. EPA looked into it. They knew this stuff was persistent in the environment. What worries me more about it than me is they were dumping over 50,000 pounds a year of waste just in the Mississippi River at one factory. And when they got caught, they paid the variance. You know what they did now? They moved the factory to North Carolina. And they're still putting this PFOE, PFOAs out. They've got till 2015 to quit making Teflon. We know it's bad, and we still gave them 10 years. We discovered this in 2005. So even though we know it's not good for us, we got 10 years because they didn't want to hurt DuPont's bottom line. So don't use Teflon, okay? I don't use aluminum. It probably won't hurt you in small amounts, but there's a great correlation. Every Alzheimer's patient has excessive amounts of aluminum in their brain. Now, did you get Alzheimer's because you have aluminum in your brain? Or did you get aluminum in your brain because there's something wrong when you have Alzheimer's? They don't know yet. I call this the Deuley approach. My last name is Deuley. I opt for the lesser evil. Why do I need aluminum? So I don't even feed my dog it anymore. I did give it to him, and then I felt sorry for him. I use, and I didn't bring it today. Yeah, I did, or she did. I use stainless steel. I use puck pots, which are ceramic. I use enameled cast iron, which is wonderful for acidic things. So even if I was going to use aluminum, you still don't want to cook extremely acid or extremely alkali things in aluminum because they react. Yes? Say that again. There's a better one, like Teflon, you know, and things. They are hard cook anodized, and that is better. But again, it's very expensive, and I do better with my cast iron. So I don't know where the legal or the scientific thing stands on that, but I don't have any use for it. Another one I've fallen in love with are raw earthenware. It's like a flower pot. And before you cook it, you soak it for overnight or all night with water, and then you put the whole thing together and set it in the oven. And what is it? Set it and forget it. It is one of the best cooking utensils I've ever used. I even made one out of flower pots, just for fun. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. I'm going to see if I put this in here. Yeah, stainless. Oh, here, I hit enamel. Another one that I didn't even think about that does work good. Yes, ma'am. It's silicone. And believe it or not, it is safe up to 400 degrees. It seems to be totally inert. I can't find anything wrong with it. And so I don't mind it. I am not, you'll find out, this is about all I bake. I don't eat, one of my rules, if you want to do my Sally Fallon rule, is if it's white, it ain't right. That's all you got to know. Don't eat white rice. Don't eat white flour. Don't eat white bread. And I even add white potatoes to it most of the time. You're eating starch, folks. We think we've got cholesterol problems and we've got blood problems because we're eating fats and things. No. We didn't have a cholesterol problem until we went on this American pyramid diet where the entire bottom of it's grains and carbohydrates and flour. It's upside down. You don't need to eat that stuff. Now, this is my bread. I actually grind my own wheat. Or if I buy 100% organic whole ground. This is a mixture of both. This is a red wheat and a mixture of some stuff from Whole Foods. And we make all of our own bread. If we want to have a hamburger, I call my wife early and say, make burgers today. I actually mostly eat portobello mushrooms, which are excellent as hamburgers. But it's just one of the rules. And again, I dropped about 30 or 35 pounds. It's been 5 years ago now. I don't gain or lose a pound. And I eat a lot. I'm against being a healthy force. So anyway, get away from all that stuff. I'm reminding myself what I'm doing. Oh, I was going to tell you about Pyrex. Seems to be okay. That's that glass stuff. The Corningware has one out. This did amaze me. Corningware has that yellow one out. I forget what they call it. See if I can go back and give you the name. It just says Pyrex, but it's the really expensive yellow glass. They're 180 bucks a set. We're not talking cheap. One of the demonstrations I saw was them take a stainless steel 1810 pot and melt it in their glass. They melted the stainless steel in their glass container and then poured it out and cleaned it up and cooked with it. It's pretty doggone heat tolerant, isn't it? I don't find a problem with it. I get stick with it sometimes if you're not careful about the heat. But it's one that I wouldn't mind you using. I'm in love with slow cookers. I like the ceramics. I like low temps. Folks, one thing I tell you not to use, and you're going to think I'm another nerd. I am. I'm calling it organiac. I made that up. Okay? I don't use microwaves. Now, I'm not afraid of the microwave. I don't think it's going to zap my heart. I don't think it's going to burn my blood. All that stuff. But here's what it does do. It ruins your food. They took a chicken. This was at the University of Minnesota. I think they did. I forget where it was. They took the same chicken, and they cut it right down the middle, and they cooked one conventionally, and they cooked one in the microwave. And then they went to their lab, and they completely dissected all the nutrition in both of those pieces of meat. In some cases, there was as little as 1/3. A lot of things in most of 1/2. And in every nutrition that they looked at basically was less in the microwave chicken than it was in the cooked one. When you heat up that little microwave, you're heating those little guys inside there, some of them to 1200 degrees. And enzymes can't take it, and vitamins can't take it, and a lot of things can't take that intense. It's cooked from the inside out, sort of. Each cell is, each piece of that. I don't think it'll kill you, but don't we have enough empty calories? Don't we want to get the nutrition in our food? That's why I raise my own chickens. If I want to eat nothing, I'd go get a Tyson chicken. Just, have a lot of salt and a little bit of meat. So anyway, I get off that. Olive oil, I'm going to tell you, that's not in here, but I'll tell you. This is looking pretty good now. Seasoning this is sort of a good thing to do. They come pre-seasoned now, a lot of them. I don't have a thing wrong with it, but it doesn't hold a candle to mine that I've seasoned for years on my own. Mine do not stick. Again, I should do this with my hands. I don't care if they'll eat this. My wife made a mistake this morning. Ordinarily, what you do to cook bread is you preheat this to about 300 degrees. And I can even tell you how many briquettes use that if you want, because I usually do mine open fires. And then, once it's heated, you put your dough in, and then it rises. You put twice as many briquettes on top as you put on the bottom, and your bread's done in about 20 minutes. Well, she didn't know that, trying to help me last night at 4 in the morning when we were getting ready to come here, because I did a show this morning on my radio at 7, so I had to leave my house at 5. Okay, so I had a short night. She just threw it in there and said, oh, your bread's ready. And so when I got here, my cold dough was in the bottom of my cold cast iron. So what I did is I preheated my top before I started my bottom. And I heated it a couple times. And it ended up, it's not beautiful. It's not bad. And it tastes great. It tastes as good as I ever made. Seasoning. Get the thing. If it's brand new, scrub it real good with soap and water. I actually heat it till it's just hot to the touch the first time, because they all come. Have you noticed that new cast iron never rust? It's coated with about that much wax. As far as I know, the wax is inert. I don't want to eat wax. So I heat it up, scrub it real good with soap and water inside, and now I'm ready to season it. Dry it off very well. Take I'll get one of these. Always have to show people. Get 1 or 2 of these. This is the one time at home. My brother will vouch for this. I have 4 dozen towels. I don't use Scott towels. I rewash my towels. Why throw this stuff away? They get old. When they get too old, they start looking too ugly. They become dog towels or some other kind of towel. But I use them a year or 2 at a time. This time's better just because I don't want to ruin the towel. Soak this in whatever oil you want. I use coconut oil. I use palm oil. They still do recommend bacon grease. If you're really into it, you can use Crisco. I don't like Crisco, but you can. And you want to take that container, you want to go in and out all around, just with the thinnest coat. You do not want this stuff to puddle on your iron. It'll go rancid later. You just want it to soak in. If you have a good stove with a good burner fan out inside, it's okay. If not, you're going to get some smoke, I'm going to warn you. Because I want you to go to at least 350 to 400 degrees, somewhere in there. Take these, turn everything in the stove upside down. Your tops, your bottoms, you can do a couple at a time if they fit on a couple of racks. The one time I use aluminum foil, I would put it in there. I don't use aluminum foil to cook with either. But I would put it on the bottom of my oven, so it makes it easy to clean. Leave it in there for 2.5 hours. Turn the oven off and don't take it out. When it's cool, you can take it out. If it's seasoned the way you want it, it should be starting to either get dark brown or black. You want to do it again, do it again. Now, the only other caveat to keeping your cast iron good is for the next few cookings, I want you to cook things that are basically not acid. I don't want you to take your brand new cast iron and make spaghetti sauce, because it's going to take your oil right back out of your cast iron. Okay? That's it. from now on, when you get through with it, this is the one thing I vary from the books because I know it works and I've never had it happen. Everything from Lodge, yes sir.
But if you see something like that, how do you wash it?
I'm going to tell you right now. As soon as I'm through cooking in it, okay, and this is what to tell you not to do at Lodge or what to tell you not to do at Camp Chef, but it's never happened. I keep it hot or I heat it back up. I get a cup of water, and when it's really pretty steamy hot, I splash a cup of water. Everything breaks this. Virtually every time. Nothing sticks. Take it out.